Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to sit down and make like a chat video with you guys just about the direction that I want to take my channel in the next couple of months because I want to change some things up. And I don't want to just like change things out of the blue and you're all like, what happened? Where did this come from? I'm not talking drastic changes in any way, but I just wanted to give you guys like an update of where my head's at because it's been a while since I sat down and talked to you guys, which is a big part of what this video is about. So this summer, I am kind of deciding to scale back on all of the unboxings. This is partly because I don't know how to phrase this. I'm not feeling overwhelmed. I'm not feeling bored with them because I still love doing unboxings and I'm never overwhelmed with it. Like, they're not hard videos to film, they're not hard to edit, but I feel like that's all my channel has turned into, which is awesome. I kind of like that I branded myself that way because I kind of got in on the unboxing booktube market on like the ground level. So I kind of like being associated with it and having people come to me regularly and asking for recommendations. Like, they have ideas of what they're looking for from a book box, and I get messages constantly asking for opinions on what I think the best one is. I'm very well versed on the book subscription box world. Where I'm going with this is that I have spoken to a couple of the companies that I work with, and I'm just kind of scaling back on how many I'm planning on doing pretty much this summer. This will most likely change in the future, but basically, long story short, one, I feel like I have very little time to upload unique content. Like, I feel like I'm not a booktuber anymore. I feel like I'm a product reviewer, which is not a bad thing because honestly, when it comes down to it, those are still the types of videos that I like watching on BookTube. And that's kind of the ultimate goal as a YouTuber. You only really want to create content that you yourself would be interested in watching, which is still true for that. But I feel like I don't really have a voice in the community outside of my wrap-ups. Like, I don't have time to film videos about thoughts on topics or thoughts on books or genres or tropes or tag videos because I'm uploading so many unboxings every single month. It's hard to come up with the time to create more unique content outside of those. So I'm still definitely going to be working with the companies that I'm like a permanent team member of, and I also want to say none of this is at the fault of any of the boxes that I work with. The companies that I've worked with for the past year, I can wholeheartedly say that I am very proud to represent them. They are some of the best boxes in the market, in my opinion, and they are the most professional companies that I could have somehow lucked into working with, which kind of leads me into the second part of why I'm scaling back on all of the unboxings. I am very present in the book box world. There is a very large community of people on social media who their entire Facebook group or their entire page is dedicated to discussing book subscription boxes. And I belong to a lot of these groups. I am very present in the book community, so I see all of the things that are being talked about, the things that people are complaining about. I also see all of the drama. As of right now, I feel like we are at the peak on the edge of a slight decline when it comes to book subscription boxes just because the market is so oversaturated. It got very, very trendy about 2 years ago and so many people just decided to start their own boxes because it was a huge business opportunity that you could do on your own. You could be a part of this community, which means a lot of influx of companies and reviewers and customers equals a lot of drama also, unfortunately. There is a ton of drama in the book box world. In the book community as a whole, in general, it's a very toxic place right now. We are no longer that like really welcoming, friendly, fangirly part of the internet. We are a very unhappy part of the internet, and I feel like I need to kind of step myself back out of it a little bit because I don't really necessarily want to constantly be associated with a lot of the drama that happens. Like I said before, I wholeheartedly support the companies that I work with, and they are some of the most professional and independent business people that I am so proud to represent. That being said, that's not the case for all of the box companies that are out there, and I am terrified of starting to work with a new company that just doesn't come with the best reputation, because that reflects on me as well. So I am kind of scaling back on that, and I'm also kind of making this video kind of in part to all of the people who reach out to me. I have a lot of companies that reach out to me asking to send me a box to film an unboxing for on my channel that I have politely declined a lot of the times. Like, I probably get I don't know how many requests every week. And a big part of that is one, because I already film a ton of unboxings for my channel, and two, I am very wary of getting involved with new companies that I don't 100% trust anymore, just because I've seen a lot of the backlash that has happened from a lot of the drama that has happened over the past year. So, okay, that was a very long, convoluted explanation of basically me saying I'm not going to be doing as many unboxings on my channel. For those of you who subscribed for the unboxings, there will still be unboxings. There will still at least be, I think, 3-ish or 4-ish every single month going up, but just for my own time and my own content's sake, I'm scaling back a little bit. This also leads me into the second part of this video, where I want to discuss kind of the direction that I'm taking my channel and my reading tastes, or I'm not really taking my reading tastes anywhere, they're leading me on their own journey. But that basically leads me to romance. Ever since I went to a Polycon, and before that because I was reading a lot of books for a Polycon, leading up to a Polycon, I had my eyes opened to the world of adult romance. And it was such a genre, and it still is such a genre, that is like shunned in the book community, even though it's like a huge part of the book market as a whole. Like the actual like romance genre is the biggest selling genre, but it's a very like, I don't know, frowned upon genre. It's still very much like a guilty pleasure, taboo thing to talk about, which I am going to make a whole separate video about reading romance and my opinions on the term guilty pleasure and all of those things. So basically, it's been weird. It's been this eye-opening experience where it's, for the first time since I was really, really young, I feel like I'm like 10 years old again and I can walk into a bookstore and I have no idea what I'm looking for. I don't know author names, I don't know popular titles, and I can literally just look at a bookshelf and pick up a book, read the synopsis and go, oh, that sounds really good. Buy that book and read it. I have no outside influence into the romance genre outside of what I'm starting to watch and the content that I'm starting to follow. It's the most refreshing thing that I can't even figure out how to explain to you guys, because I'm so deeply involved in the book community and I constantly do releases videos, I constantly talk about upcoming titles, and I'm constantly aware of every single book that is going to be coming to the YA market like a year in advance. I know everything that's out there, which is awesome. Like, I feel like I'm like this wealth of knowledge when it comes to like the genre that I generally gravitate towards, but it's been so refreshing being able to like go into a genre with very little expectations and very little outside influence and be able to pick up something and find my love of an author and then binge through that author. Like, it's just this untouched world for me that is so exciting. I literally feel like a kid in a candy store just exploring the romance genre. Like, there are definitely authors that have been recommended to me and I'll like try a title and realize that I like it and read through all of their other books, and then I'll do it again and I might not like them, so I'll move on. It's this whole experimental phase that I haven't experienced since I was like a little kid, just because I've been so deeply involved in the book world that it's hard to find things that I haven't heard of. I know that sounded very conceited, but do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's just this untouched world that is just so exciting to me. So I am loving it. Like, I'm loving finding romance booktubers, which there aren't many, but they are out there. So if you guys have any, I'm going to leave the ones that I follow linked down below in case you guys are also curious about this with me. But if you have any that you want to recommend to me, please do so, because I am like kind of on the hunt right now. Like, this is this whole foreign world to me that I'm just like exploring and loving right now. So I'm probably going to be talking about it a lot more on my channel because it's such an untalked about topic, especially on BookTube. BookTube is so YA saturated, but they're definitely starting to be reviewers and booktubers and bloggers and stuff out there who are talking about different genres, and you just have to be able to find them. Like, you just have to look for people who like the genres that you do. It's not just YA focused anymore, but it's still pretty YA focused. So that being said, that has also kind of opened my eyes into other things, just because I've been doing buddy reads or I read along with a book club or something of not only romance, but also thrillers. That's a genre that is untouched for me, and it's the same situation where like I kind of know the really big best-selling authors and I recognize a lot of the titles, but I know nothing about the genre, so it's still new and exciting. And yes, there are a lot of tropes that are in thrillers and a lot of tropes that are in romance that I'm starting to see, but it's through brand new eyes. Like, I'm not burnt out on any of these tropes yet, and it's fantastic. So I'm just reading a lot of adult things right now, which I know is not the main norm for my channel, but I'm loving it. So that's kind of the direction that my reading tastes are going. Will I always read YA? Yes. Will I always read fantasy? Yes. But I'm just kind of welcoming some new genres into my channel, and I want to help spread the love of romance because, again, it's not a super popular booktube genre, but I want it to be. I've already rambled long enough. I was hoping this was going to be a very short video, and alas, it is not. So moral of the story, slightly less unboxings this summer, slightly more romance talk on my channel this summer, and also some kind of more unique content. It's not going to be the same structured videos. I will still be doing my goat picks, my TBR, because hello, that's what everybody's here for. I'll still be doing releases and wrap-ups and TBRs and whatnot, but I kind of want to do more vlogging. I want to do more unique, creative content that's not necessarily just a structured booktube video. Things are in the works. Just want to let you guys know that things are gonna like change a little tiny bit over the next couple months, and I hope you guys want to stick around for it. And that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.